Why animals give themselves to hunters. Many northern indigenous cultures think about hunting in terms of literal gifts from an animal to human, yet outsiders often dismiss the concept as a metaphor. Many indigenous cultures across the northern latitudes of North America conceptualize hunting as a gift from an animal to human. Paul Nadasti, an anthropologist who has worked with the Kluane First Nation in the southwest Yukon, writes that this is a hard concept for many Euro-Americans to get their minds around, but he suggests that it's worth taking seriously as officials in Canada and elsewhere claim to incorporate traditional ecological knowledge into their environmental policies. Nadasti argues that one barrier is a misunderstanding of the concept of a gift. While we sometimes imagine gift-giving as an act of pure spontaneous generosity, that's almost never how it really works. All human cultures have complex rules regarding gifts, along with mechanisms for enforcement. For example, in societies where the sharing of meat is expected, hunters may try to hide it away, and their neighbors may resort to various strategies to force them to fulfill their obligation. Similarly, social relations between humans and their prey species may allow for the use of trickery on both sides. Humans may use all sorts of methods, from clever traps to magic, to get animals to give themselves to a hunter, and humans incur responsibilities to the animals, often including rule against insulting, toying with, or overhunting them, as well as ritual obligations. Recognizing reciprocal relationships between hunter and hunted means seeing animals as non-human persons. Nadasti writes that this can be difficult for Euro-Americans, who come from an intellectual tradition that has long described the actions of non-human animals as unthinking, instinctive behaviors. Recognizing reciprocal relationships between hunter and hunted means seeing animals as non-human persons. Nadasti writes that this can be difficult for Euro-Ameri, who come from an intellectual tradition that has long described the actions of non-human animals as unthinking, instinctive behaviors. To northern hunters, who are confronted on a daily basis with animals who behave like the wolverine or geese described above, Euro-American behavioralist notions about animals as automatons appear absurd. Nadasti writes, in fact, he adds, anthropologists working with northern hunting cultures are sometimes confronted with animal behavior that deeply challenges their own ideas, such as creatures apparently freely presenting themselves to be killed, something he describes experiencing himself. He writes that many other, no matter how relevant and useful such experiences may be to understanding the people with whom we work, we tend not to report them for fear of embarrassment or of becoming the objects of suspicion among our colleagues, he explains. But, Nadasti suggests, talking freely about this is an important step toward actually taking indigenous views seriously.
Resources. JSTOR is a digital library for scholars, researchers, and students. JSTOR Day readers can access the original research behind our articles for free on JSTOR. The Gift in the Animal, The Ontology of Hunting and Human-Animal Sociality, by Paul Nadasti, American Ethnologist, Volume 34. No. 1 February 2007, pp. 25-43. Wiley, on behalf of the American Anthropological Association.